Well, hey guys, how you doing? My name is Jessica Tijerina, and we are going to talk about Minnesota garlic. We're going to talk about the Minnesota Garlic Fest. Did you even know we had one? Well, we do. Every August. This would have been our 15th annual festival in Hutchinson, Minnesota at the McLeod County Fairgrounds. Unfortunately, this year we can't be together, but that does not mean that we can't prepare you for 2021, which is going to be epic. So until then, we're going to show you guys virtually what it's all about. We're going to talk about garlic. We're going to talk about sustainable farming and what that has to do with our garlic growers of Minnesota. We're going to talk about the different types of garlic. And of course, we're going to have some chefs that'll talk about garlic. We're going to have chefs demo recipes. We're going to show you some live music. We're going to do lots of fun things. You're going to get recipes and you're going to get info. Kind of like always. So thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Jessica Tijerina, and I am going to discuss with you Minnesota Garlic Festival. Minnesota hosts over 50 varieties of the country's finest garlic, grown right here in Minnesota. I bet you had no idea. They're all planted in the fall, harvested in July, and then cured for use for you and home. Garlic, fortunately, can be a highly effective social distancing tool. So if you eat enough of it, you don't even need to worry. People will back away on their own. Me, I love garlic, but that still doesn't mean I'm gonna hug you necessarily yet. Maybe soon, who knows, depends. I give food hugs. That's how I do it these days. I give food hugs. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Minnesota garlic. I just gave you some facts, talked a little bit about Minnesota Garlic Festival. Unfortunately, we can't be together this year, but we will hopefully be together next year in 2021, showing you all the beautiful garlic grown here in Minnesota by the Minnesota Garlic growers. And through the Sustainable Farming Association. I am a member of the Sustainable Farming Association, and that's a member-driven nonprofit that advances environmental stewardship. It grows strong, diverse communities. Our farmers, staff, supporters help to protect and enhance our food-producing resources like water, land, air, and people. So by advancing regenerative agricultural principles, we believe that agriculture done well heals the land and therefore the people. So that's what that stands for. It's an annual membership that I do. I get information about what's going on in our communities, in our farming communities, in our agriculture communities. I really like to know what I'm eating, where it's coming from. I do buy a lot more local. I buy a lot at the farmers market right now in Minnesota. Of course, our farmers markets are much more widely diverse throughout the summer months and spring and fall than they are in the winter, but we are now popping up with quite a few winter markets too, so check those out eventually. If you're more interested in learning about the Sustainable Farming Association, you can go to their website at sfa-mn.org. We will be rolling out a new Garlic Fest specific festival website soon, so please pay attention. Follow us on Facebook until then, and we'll let you know when that's coming. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about garlic in food and recipes. It is in nearly, I would say, 70% of our regular food recipes that we eat. Garlic and onions, and so if it's something that you don't like or something that you have an aversion to or an allergy to, that's unfortunate. Doesn't mean you can't work around it. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the garlic that we're gonna use for everything, forever, all of the time, in anything we eat. Today, I'm gonna tell you how to make a one-pot garlic cheese pasta. Super simple, 20-25 minutes max, less than that if you use a very thin type of pasta. So today, the ingredients we're going to use for a one-pot garlic cheese pasta are butter, garlic, lots of garlic, chicken broth or stock of any kind, can be vegetable as well, a cup of milk or cream or dairy alternative, fettuccine or angel hair pasta. If the thinner the pasta, the quicker it cooks. Some fresh ground black peppers, some kosher salt, some cheese. I'm going to use a little bit of Parmesan, a little bit of shredded 6 Asiago cheese as well, and then some fresh herbs from my garden. So we're going to start that right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn my pot on medium right now, and we're going to start with a little bit of butter. Okay, I'm going to just drop that right in there. Butter, butter, butter. Add some butter. We're going to melt it in my pot here just until it gets nice and soft in there. Once that starts to get a little bit more liquid, I'm going to add my garlic and I'm going to stir it until I can just smell it really potently. I don't want to brown it. The minute you start to brown and crisp up that garlic, it gets a little bit bitter. So I never want to cook it till it's overly done. I don't want to say never. Never say never. There may be some recipes where you want a bitter flavor of garlic. Who knows? Maybe we'll find one of these times. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the garlic. Saute the garlic. You can add onion if you want to. I'm just gonna do garlic. So garlic and butter. You could use a vegan butter if you want. You could use ghee if you want, which is a clarified butter. So we're gonna go ahead and use butter, garlic. I'm just not gonna tell you the amounts of ingredients I'm using so as not to confuse you. But right now I've got butter and garlic. But for 2 people, I am putting 7 cloves of garlic in here. Mind blowing. I'm gonna smell amazing for like a week. It's gonna be great. So I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken broth that I have. I'm using a homemade vegetable stock. And once I get the vegetable stock in there, then I'll add the milk and then the noodles, and then I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper. Oh, and I'm gonna add that broth. See how quickly that started to melt in there? All right, so now it's basically just a fatty, veggie, milky, well, not veggie because I'm using butter. This would probably be something good if you're sick. Just straight garlic broth with vegetables, wonderful. Then I'm gonna add my milk. Okay, just a little bit to make it a little bit creamier. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. I'm using a salt from Peru. My sister went to Peru last August and brought me back some salt from the salt mines. It was really, really great. From the salt flats, I should say. Oops. All right, and if you want, you can spice this up a little bit, you guys. Add some red pepper flakes or a chili. I'm gonna add some fresh herbs once it has almost completed. I don't wanna put it in now, but I do have some shishito peppers, and I'm gonna go ahead and just dice up some of these little guys. And I could have put them in with the garlic initially, but I'm gonna let them kind of sit in there. I'm not too certain how spicy they are. Not that bad at all. They're not even spicy at all. It's more just of a green bell pepper. Really fresh green bell pepper is kind of what they taste like. But they can be very spicy. Shishito peppers can be very spicy, so you might want to be careful on that if you buy them from the farmer's market. Once that gets to be a little bit of a boil here, I've got everything's melted in there, everything's kind of marrying with itself, kind of co-mingling, having a little party in this pot. Once it gets almost to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and add my pasta. Now I'm using probably about 6 ounces, 7 ounces of pasta for 2 people. We like our pasta over here. And a trick, you can either put your pasta in and kind of turn it. Whoops, I'm gonna get one in there now. Turn it so that it kind of does a little bit of a triangle in there, kind of real neat looking. Or what I like to do, I love to swirl pasta around on my fork. That's fun. But sometimes when I really just want to eat and eat fast, I will crack my pasta in half, okay? I'm gonna still wait till that water boils a little bit more here. I don't want to put it in too early, but once I'm using an angel hair pasta, which is a very thin pasta or a vermicelli, because that'll actually cook down once this water or this broth starts to boil. That pasta, once I put the top on and turn the heat down to low, will only take about 12 to 15 minutes to fully cook. And once that's done, I'm gonna pull it off the stovetop. I'm gonna give it a nice twist and turn with my tongs here. There should be just a little bit of liquid remaining, enough to be able to put my shredded cheese in and my fresh herbs and just toss it around together, plate it up, and there you go. That's it. That's all I got. I'm not going to make you guys hang around and watch water boil, or broth boil, and that's all I got for you. So thanks for watching today. Appreciate it. Check back later. I'll have tons of recipes for you. Look forward to seeing you guys. We're going to have some really cool chef demos. Sounds like we're going to have Freak Flag Foods come on here with Mary Jane Miller. We're going to have Eversharp be a part of this. We've got Clay Coyote coming on to help us. She's going to do a demo with us using some of her pottery. It's going to be really cool, guys. So stop back, check back in. We're going to have some giveaways, some contests, some fun stuff like that. Don't miss out. Like I said, we can't be together this year. We're going to prep you for next year. We're going to give away some garlic. We're going to give away some fun prizes, and we're going to talk about the Sustainable Farming Association. We're going to talk about Minnesota garlic growers. That is going to be so ingrained in you by next year. You're going to feel like an expert yourself. and you might even start growing garlic. Who knows? Thanks so much for stopping in, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. The recipe will be on the website. 1-pot garlic cheese pasta, real garlic. Thanks so much for joining, guys. Have a great afternoon.